Hi everybody, it's the Soap Man, and as promised, here is the soap making video. I tried to mimic a hotel bar soap that my wife and I really liked at the Bahia Mar in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This is a well-known soaping company, and this was a great bar soap. I really liked it because it had a really rich, thick, creamy lather. Instead of like it had a minimum amount of bubbles, had a ton of creaminess to it, and my wife liked it as well, so I decided to try and mimic it. I'm going to read you some of the ingredients. I knew without even question it had a lot of tallow in it, because tallow will give you a creamy lather. So the ingredients listed, from the beginning: sodium tallowate, which is saponified tallow, that's the main ingredient; sodium cocoate, which is saponified coconut oil; sodium palmcarnolate, which is palm kernel oil saponified; water, which of course we add; glycerin, which we don't have to add because glycerin forms during saponification. Then it gets into fragrance. This one is fragranced with verbena and lavender, which I don't have, so I'm using brambleberries, grapefruit Bellini. I've got some names I can't pronounce, but I actually think these are the chemical names for the essential oils. So really, the soap has tallow, coconut, and palm kernel. So I made a reasonable guess as to the amounts. Since tallow's the first, I assume probably about 50% at least. Knowing just from experience that coconut oil is generally not recommended more than 33%, I just assumed 30%, so that gives us 80% oils. I don't have palm kernolate. Now, palm kernolate and palm oil are not the same. They don't have the same stat values. They don't have the same properties. I don't have it, so I just went ahead and used 20% palm oil. So here are my oils, down to approximately 120. This is just a small batch since I already made the others and I lost the video because my laptop died. So we're going to go ahead, mix these together, put a little bit of colorant in them, put a little bit of scent oil in it, pour it, and I'm pouring it into a loaf that my new friend Lisa from YouTube gave me. You've watched me, you have seen my red muffin mold. This is one of the mini molds that she gave me just to kind of help out, and I'm so grateful to her, trying it for the first time. I'm not quite ready to try some of the scent oils she gave because I just want to experiment a little bit. Also, the goggles she gave me to protect my eyes. I've been using my reading glasses, which I know is not enough. They don't offer enough protection. So thank you, Lisa, and my eyes thank you. So I'm going to put my safety goggles on. What I'm going to do for the color on this one, I want kind of just a very light, faint color. So I'm going to put about ½ a teaspoon of titanium dioxide straight into the oil. Stick blend it in to get it mixed in pretty well. This will help me get rid of some of the clumps and make sure it's really well mixed without the risk of acceleration. Okay, so that's well mixed. The titanium dioxide is well mixed into the oils. Now, I'm also going to use just a very tiny amount, because it's potent, of Brambleberry's Caribbean Blue, and I don't want this a real super blue. I just wanted a very light blue. So this is a ¼ teaspoon. I'm going to use about a half, so I'm going to put about a 1/16 of, not even that much, about a 1/16 of a teaspoon into it. I just want it very light. Go ahead and stick blend that in. If I need more, I can always add it. But if I put too much, I can't take it away. Okay, well mixed now. Now go ahead and put my lye in. I have found when I've made 100% tallow, animal fat oils such as lye and lard take a lot of stick blending. I'm soaping hot, we'll see, but it may take quite a while to get this to trace. I know 100% animal oils do. And I want this really, really well mixed. No, it's starting to, I think just because it's so warm. I'm at about 130 degrees. And it's also a small batch. Okay, that's all I'm going to do on that. I'm going to go ahead, since I want a really thick one, and this scent oil behaves well, I'm going to go ahead and put it in, just get it a quick hit with the stick blender so I know it's super, super well mixed in there. And this is a very well behaving scent oil. And I want a thick trace, so I'm not really too worried about it. Just a quick hit. That's all I'm going to do. Okay, now let's get this into the mold. I do want to put just a few poppy seeds and whisk them in, just to give it a little bit of character. And although the other soaps I did were different, this is the recipe, and this is the recipe I'm trying to mimic with that hotel soap that my wife and I liked so much. So whisk those in just to give it a little bit of character. And even with all that stick blending, and even stick blending with the scent oil, look how workable this still is. And I'm going to use the mold that my friend Lisa gave me, and I'm going to go ahead and pour these pretty full. I'm going to get more than I expected. And there we go. Now I'll go ahead and spray these spray those with some rubbing alcohol. Anyway, folks, there we go. Simple soap. Very simple. But I'm not going for fancy swirls or colors. I'm looking for something to try to mimic the hotel soap that we used. Anyway, I will see you for the usage and the lather test. Thanks for watching. Bye.